Thanos issue number 17. This is one of the few Marvel comics that I've actually been really enjoying. Basically, yeah, it's been Thanos, it's been Cable, Spirits of Vengeance, but that's over. Thanos actually is going to end at the next issue, I believe. It's because at the end of this issue it says to be concluded. So I believe issue number 18 is the last of the Thanos. But yeah, there's very few Marvel that I actually read and enjoy. This is being one of them. So if it does end in the next issue, I'm gonna be sad to see it gone because it's actually been really good. So yeah, this one we basically it's basically Thanos and Old Man Thanos taking on the Silver Surfer. So we got this cover, which not that bad, pretty cool. It's basically the Atlas mythology, the Greek Titan who was like forced to like carry the world on his back. That's what this like image reminds me of. I think that's what they're going for because the pose that the Silver Surfer has is a lot like the Atlas pose. But yeah, basically, for anyone who hasn't been reading this arc, Thanos gets kidnapped by Space Ghost Rider, the Cosmic Ghost Rider, and who happens to be Frank Castle, the Punisher. Yeah, I was I was not expecting that. I mean, I guessed that it was gonna be Deadpool, even though part of me was like, I don't know, that seems like way too obvious of a guess. But just because, I mean, the guy literally acted exactly like Deadpool did. But it turned out to basically be Frank Castle, who survived a war with Thanos that ended up destroying all of Earth. He made a deal with Mephisto and got the power of Ghost Rider. He rode around Earth for so long that he just started going crazy because he had like no one to talk to, and then eventually a dying Galactus arrived, begging Earth for help to take on Thanos. But Frank was the only one left around, and he basically told Galactus that I'll help you, but you have to give me powers. So Galactus basically gave him like Silver Surfer power, so he basically became a Silver Surfer Ghost Rider hybrid. Um, he went into the past, kidnapped young Thanos, brought him into the future where he can team up with old Thanos so that they can destroy. Well, basically, I kind of jumped ahead. So yeah, he gave him powers. They teamed up. They went on a lot of missions together. It was actually kind of funny because as I was reading it, this was in the last issue. The comic kind of mentioned how they went on like a lot of missions together, like cruising across the universe. Yeah, basically as mercenaries. And I'm like, that's the team up I want to see. Frank Castle as Ghost Rider, Silver Surfer, and Galacticus. Like that's a buddy cop comic that I want to watch. I want to read that. But yeah, so basically they took on Thanos, Old Man Thanos. Thanos killed Galacticus, and then basically Frank Castle decided, hey, you know what? He's dead, but spare me, and I'll team up with you. So then they teamed up, and then yeah, Frank Castle went back in time, captured present day Thanos, took him to the future, and now they're gonna basically try to team up to take out the Silver Surfer, who's like the only person left in their way. So in the last issue, we started with Silver Surfer arriving. They're about to have their battle, and that's kind of how we start. Silver Surfer, he arrives. He basically tells Thanos like, for so long you've been trying to get this hammer, but you're not worthy of it. Like no matter how long it'll take, you'll never be worthy of the hammer. This might be a short video because most of it, like I said, it's just fights. Yeah, I mean, he basically kicks the crap out of Thanos and young Thanos. He uses the hammer to destroy part of the Church of Death. Basically, it's they're fighting inside a church that was built to honor Thanos' love, death. And then basically, yeah, he collapses part of the church on top of Thanos and young Thanos and old Thanos. Frank Castle blasts him from behind. This is actually kind of cool design, the whole flaming surfboard. So yeah, he charges at as the Silver Surfer, which I thought is kind of funny because like, all right, the Silver Surfer is using a melee weapon. You're using blasters. Why the hell are you gonna charge at Silver Surfer when you can just basically just stay back and just keep shooting at him? But yeah, I don't know. I don't get why he charges right at Silver Surfer when he's got projectiles and Silver Surfer has a melee weapon, but he does, and Silver Surfer bashes him in the head, and I don't know if he kills him. I mean, we see like part of his skull disappear. We see his jawbone. We see like teeth flying, but he's Ghost Rider, and you would think Ghost Rider technically he can't die, right? Isn't that like his whole shtick? Thanos basically says, you haven't won yet, and Silver Surfer taunts him. Basically, Silver Surfer's like, what you think? You and the old man can, the old Thanos can defeat me, and then young Thanos is like, I wasn't talking about the old man, and then all of a sudden Bruce Banner, the Hulk, arrives. And yeah, the Hulk has basically gone crazy. Thanos has basically used the Hulk kind of like what's that creature in Star Wars? Episode 7. No, not episode 7, episode 6. In Jabba's palace, the one that they keep throwing like prisoners into. That's basically what Thanos has been using Hulk as. Basically, he's been like taking like prisoners and stuff like that, and just like tossing them to Hulk for Hulk to like destroy. And Hulk has just gone crazy over the years of being forced to be nothing but a murderer. But yeah, he beats up on Silver Surfer very briefly. Basically, he just like slaps Silver Surfer away and he charges at him. Silver Surfer just like grabs him by the neck and tells Hulk, listen to my voice, Bruce. Follow me home. You don't want to do this. And then, yeah, Bruce, like, Hulk slowly mutates back into Bruce and basically begs Silver Surfer to kill me. So then, young Thanos arrives, basically says, let's hurry this up, shall we? I grow tired of this dance. And Silver Surfer's like, I'm not hiding, Thanos. Just, come at me. And Thanos is like, once again, no one was talking to you. And then all of a sudden, old man Thanos arrives from behind and stabs. He impales Bruce Banner and Silver Surfer in the chest with the flaming sword. And then, yeah, basically, we get a one-sided fight where young Thanos and old Thanos team up and just beat the ever-loving crap out of Silver Surfer. They just beat the crap out of him. Oh my god. Then they slice off one of his arms, the arm that's holding the Thor hammer, and then we get this like really cool moment where like neither one of them can wield the hammer. So rather than using the hammer to kill, rather than picking up the hammer and then using it to kill, to bash Silver Surfer with, they instead bash Silver Surfer on the hammer. They grab him by the back of his head, pull him towards where the hammer is, and they basically smash his head and impale it through the handle. Yep, Silver Surfer's dead. And then young Thanos basically says, we did what, we took him out just like you wanted. Now send me back. And then old man Thanos tells him to shut up. And basically, death arrives. And it says, and lo, on the blackened earth at the end of everything, there was death, dressed for a wedding. And then it says to be concluded. But yeah, that's Thanos, issue number 17. And then by the look of it, it looks like issue number 18 is going to be young Thanos versus old Thanos, basically battling for the love of death, like to see who gets to marry her. We get cool writing. We get awesome action scenes with some pretty graphic, brutal deaths. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm loving the hell out of this series. I'm hoping it doesn't end. But there we go. That's Thanos, issue number 17. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me what you guys think if you guys have been reading, if you guys have been following the Thanos series. What are you guys' thoughts on it? Have you guys been enjoying it as much as I have? It's been pretty awesome. I'm kind of sad to see it go. Especially since once that goes, I mean, there's not really much Marvel series out there that I'm actually looking forward to. I mean, Spider-Man Renew Your Vows seemed like a pretty cool idea, except they kind of aged Annie, and then it's like, okay, well, I mean, the whole cool aspect of it was the premise of Mary Jane and parking, Mary Jane and Peter Parker having a young daughter, and then basically balancing like real life with the superhero life. But I mean, they aged her, and now it kind of revolves all around her, and it's like I don't care anymore. Like I don't know. I like the whole premise, the whole dynamic. You guys kind of destroyed it. Peter Parker and a Spectacular Spider-Man. Some people have said to pick it up, but I'm not a fan of Chip Zdarsky's writing. I find him to be pretty terrible. Some people said that it did kind of pick up in later issues, but then it seems like recently it kind of regressed back to being terrible again. Plus, I'm kind of on this whole boycott of Spider-Man. Uh, I mean, I do pick up the reprints. I have been picking up the True Believer stuff, but other than that, until like Peter Parker and Mary Jane get back together again, I don't care. It doesn't intrigue me in any way. I don't. I Yeah, like I said, I don't care anymore. Yeah, I mean that's basically it. I mean the only Marvel stuff that I was reading was Thanos, Cable, Spirits of Vengeance, and Gwenpool, and Gwenpool is canceled. So, other than uh, other than Ghost Rider and Thanos, which concludes Ghost Rider is like a one shot, and then the Thanos, which concludes on the next issue. I got no Marvel stuff to read. So if you guys have any good Marvel stuff, like actual good series, let me know. And because it is kind of sad, because I grew up as a Marvel kid. I was never like into DC really. I was always Marvel. But now it's like all I basically read is DC and independent stuff. By the way, speaking of independence, Zenescope, I think that's how it's pronounced. Zenescope. Check out their stuff. I'm gonna be doing more reviews on their series, but I freaking love that publisher. They're like my new favorite publisher now. They like remind me of like old school Image and old school Top Cow. Not as great as 90s Image and 90s Top Cow, but I still enjoy the hell out of them. They're like they're like the one publisher that I always look forward to. I mean DC has been pretty good too, but yeah. So yeah, I think I've been kind of rambling for a while. So that was Thanos issue number 17. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time. Later.